Hello, students. I hope that you had an excellent break. I hope that you got to rest and relax a little bit, and I hope that it was awesome. We are going to be starting today on our third quarter of the school year. Congratulations on making it halfway through your year of sixth grade. Now, the first thing that I want to do is to welcome Miss Wiseman in to my classroom and say thank you for being in there and co-teaching with me at the start of this third quarter. Miss McGowan wanted me to tell everybody that she worked with during the second quarter when we were in the classroom that she said hey, and that she's planning on coming in and visiting whenever she gets a chance. Miss Wiseman and I will be carrying out the start of the third quarter kind of like we did those weeks where we were in school earlier. You'll typically come into class, log into Zoom, we'll have a discussion together with both teachers and all students in the Zoom, talking about whatever assignment we're going to be working on today, and then afterwards, you'll be actually getting started on that work. Now, a couple new things that I want to mention before anything else. First, make sure that you remember to bring a book to class every single day for this quarter. We did not get a whole lot of time to do AR reading in class because we were working on Holes so much, because we were reading it. For this quarter, we will be reading some of our own AR books in class when we do have the opportunity to do that. So make sure to bring your book to class every day from now on. Another thing that I want to remind everybody to remember is to bring in a pair of headphones every single day that you're going to be in my classroom. We will be on the computer in some capacity every day. Often we'll be watching videos, we'll be working on Zoom together, and I need you guys to have a pair of headphones that is your own that you use in my class. Of course, earbuds are totally fine as well. Just something that you can use to listen in when we're watching a video so that you can work on your own pace. Another thing that I wanted to report on was the fact that we will be starting a new project unit in Summit Learning. This one is called Exploring Poetry. We are actually going to be reading a lot of poetry and writing some poetry of our own. And my bet is that while you all have probably touched on poetry some in some of your earlier grades, you probably didn't linger on it as long as we'll be doing this year in sixth grade. While poetry might not sound like your cup of tea, you may be surprised at how much you end up liking this unit when we get done with it. And we're going to begin that unit today on your first day in class. If you look on the day one part of your weekly checklist, and you go down to the second row, it says Introduction to Exploring Poetry, Project Video plus Video Questions in Nearpod. Basically what you're going to be doing for this first assignment today is clicking that link, going into Nearpod, and you're going to be watching a video where I discuss poetry and ask you some questions about it. You'll be answering some questions in turn as you go through that video. Now make sure you use your real name on that just so I can give you a grade for that assignment. Our next two assignments today are going to be located on Google Classroom. These are also both going to be graded assignments. The first of them is going to be digging deeper into the concept of theme and how it can relate to both stories and poetry. And the second one is going to be asking you to read, listen, and then interpret a poem. You're going to give what you think the meaning of it is. Again, you will find both of those assignments posted on Google Classroom, ready for you to access. So for my students coming into the classroom on Tuesday, you won't have a day two this week. Instead, I'll just be doing this part with the Thursday and Friday students, and I'll make sure to give you time to go over some of this stuff next week. For those students, you'll be carrying out what I just discussed on day one on Thursday, and then on day two, we'll get to meet on Zoom. We're going to discuss some of those poems that we talked about in class the day before, and then I'm going to give you some time to either work on Accelerated Reader or to get a head start in your power focus areas in language arts or in another subject area. Now, for all my classes, I should be meeting with you on Zoom both days that you're in your class session, and we will dive deeper into our Exploring Poetry unit. I'm looking forward to getting to see everybody then. Before we go, I wanted to remind you of a couple expectations for my class while you're in the classroom and things to probably just keep in mind when you're in the school building period. The first of those is to be respectful, not just of your teachers, but of the students around you. Keep in mind that you may be going through difficult stuff, but other people around you are likely going through the same thing. Respect the fact that time is valuable, especially when we're in this situation where we only have a couple classes in person each week. The second thing is to remember to be ready. Make sure that you have everything that you need for class every single day. When you come into my classroom, we're going to be working on a computer, so make sure to get your computer open quickly, get signed into Google Classroom, get signed into Summit, and be ready to open up Zoom. And if you ever have any questions, concerns, you're worried about something, a problem's come up, anything at all, please let me know. Send me an email or talk to Miss Wiseman, let her know, or talk to any of the other awesome teachers on our team and let them know. We are going to have an awesome second half of the school year. Before you know it, you'll be ready for 7th grade. I'm looking forward to talking to you all soon. Thanks for watching.